I'm here to give a small session on micro teaching. Before going on to the topic, I would like to just ask a simple question. Keshav sir, if I ask you a question, my doctor has advised me to go for a blood test to see if I'm having diabetes or no. I'll go to a lab, I'll give my blood for test, and I'll get the result, it is positive. I'm not sure about the result. I'm in doubt. So next day I'll go to another lab and I'll give my blood and there it comes negative. So can you tell me, what will you suggest me, which report should I trust, lab 1 or lab 2? Can I trust lab 1 report or can I trust lab 2 report?
No, you want more, sir.
You should not trust
No,
both.
sir, you should not trust both.
Both lab 1 and lab 2 I cannot trust.
Because they are not
Because the test of lab 1 is different and the test of lab 2 is different. In another situation, Yamnapa sir, I would like to ask you. I'll go to one doctor for a particular diagnosis. He will say you are suffering from typhoid. I'll go to another doctor for the same illness that I am having, but he will say you are suffering from jaundice. Now tell me, which doctor should I trust? Should I trust doctor 1 or doctor 2?
So you have to go for further doctor to.
In this
verify.
doctor 1 or doctor 2, whom should I trust? Whom can I trust?
So no one.
No one. So, what is related to my health and what is related to the test that is done in the blood laboratory and what is done with regard to the test by the doctors, both are not satisfying. The same thing we face when we are going for evaluation, when we are going for test. So, my topic for this class is characteristics of a good test. Myself, Aftab Bhai from Lokapur, would like to give a small session on characteristics of a good test. There are 3 important characteristics of a good test, and they are, the first one is reliability. So as I asked Keshav sir, both lab 1 and lab 2 tests were not reliable. So the same thing will happen over here. What is reliability? It tells us about stability and trustworthiness of a test. For example, to highlight it in terms of our student test, if I am taking my economics class test today for a bunch of 10 students, on an average if I take the mean score and the mean score is 55, if after 2 days I take the same concept test for the same set of students, what should be the mean score? It should be near to 55 or it should be 55. But if the mean score turns out to be 85, what does it mean? There is some flaw in the test that I have conducted. So this will not be a reliable test. So the first condition for a good test is the test should be reliable. What it says is it is a degree of consistency. It is a degree of consistency. According to Grundland and Lin, in 1995, they said reliability refers to how consistent your test is. So within a given time frame, immediately for the same set of students, if the test is conducted, it should be reliable. So the first condition, Guru Prasad, what it is?
Reliability.
And what is the key word in reliability?
Trustworthiness.
It is the trustworthiness of the test. Next is validity. What do you mean by validity? Validity means truthfulness of a test. So what is this truthfulness of a test? It means to what extent the test measures what the test maker intends to measure. For example, if I want to know how far my student is having good English communication skills or good English writing skills, can I test my student's writing skills of English knowledge by giving him a physics paper?
No. You cannot.
That is what is, the test is not valid. The test is not valid. If I go to a doctor and I am telling to the doctor the symptoms of typhoid, and if he writes a blood test which is speaking about jaundice, then that test is not valid. It is suffering from validity. And the next is objectivity, the third most fundamental thing of a good test. What is objectivity? It is also referred to as rater stability. The second example that I asked to Yamnapa sir, about 2 different doctors checking a patient, the diagnosis should be the same. 2 different teachers checking the performance of a same student, their evaluation results or test results should be same. It should not differ. And the objectivity is at the outer circle. It is the most important thing, and at the core of the thing is our validity and reliability. Validity, reliability and objectivity. So in simple terms, if I want to tell what is the difference between validity and reliability, I would say, I'll just give an example. With that, I'll be concluding the session. if I set a clock 10 minutes ahead, and the clock is of good condition, the machinery is good, will Guru Prasad, if Guru Prasad is using the same clock, will the result differ if he is setting an alarm of 10 minutes?
No.
No. No. So you can rely on that time. But the same clock, can we say, with regard to Indian standard time, it is matching, it is correct? No. If you go according to the clock, you may miss your train, you may miss your flight. That is not valid. So this is what is the difference between validity and reliability. So to sum up, I would like to ask Malaya sir, what are the three important characteristics of a good test?
Reliability, validity, and
Reliability,
objectivity.
validity and objectivity. Thank you very much. And if you have the question, how these things will be tested? Okay, so all these things are trying to achieve what the teacher intends to have, what the student should learn, and what is the objective. Objectivity can be achieved through multiple choice questions, fill in the blank, okay, match the following type of questions. And when this thing is achieved, okay, what the entire education system intends to achieve, that can be achieved. With this, I thank all of you all for your patient listening. Thank you.